I just glanced at this. I haven't been doing the bottom of the deck, but you guys are getting some extra special TLC today. The Seven of Wands, standing your ground. Again, standing up what you know for what is right, standing up for yourself in love situations, whether coupled, singled, separated. So let's jump in. So let's do masculine first. The Death card and the Hierophant for the feminine energies. So masculine Taurus is definitely undergoing a major transformation in their everyday life. And this has been in the works. I don't feel like this is new energy. You guys have been going through this. But the Death card is a card of transformation. So it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, and you're getting to the other side. The sun is rising through these two towers. And there's triumph. There's success. There's renewal in the Death card. It's not a negative card at all in my eyes. So let's see what's underneath the surface. The Justice. Masculine Taurus energies for the month of March may feel like they're not getting their due fair share in a situation. And I feel like this is also part of and prompting the transformation, like how you're dealing with it in the outer world and how you're dealing with perhaps another person that either you've been in court with or you've been going back and forth with over resources and who's owed what and who's due their fair share in terms of maybe splitting up assets if this is a separation. And I know from the comments that you guys have shared with me from last month and also on the March reading especially, that this energy was resonating with a lot of you. So yeah, the Ace of Pentacles, not getting your due fair share, masculine. However, these two energies are prompting, they're the grist for the mill for your transformation. I feel like you're undergoing a process of letting go of understanding truly what you value and standing your ground in a way on the things that you're not willing to budge on, but also understanding that some flexibility is needed for your peace of mind, for your experience from moment to moment of your life and what you're having to deal with and go through and face. That some of these resources aren't worth your time and energy. And this has been, again, a process that you've been dealing with. So, it could be more information once I uncover the feminine side card. So the Hierophant. Feminine Taurus, I feel like with the Justice card over here, you're heavily relying on solid structures that have been around a while, and people and places and communities that feel supportive to you through the month of March. And I feel like that is a very good idea. And it's also for the feminine coming back into a place of your own solid foundation and how those outer resources are supporting you to feel like you have enough and everything's going to be okay. And so I'm getting the infinity symbol, like one feeds into the other, and the more that you can surround yourself with uplifting, positive messages and people who have awesome things going on and support structures that can help and move you forward in a new and better and correct right direction for you. Let's see what the subconscious energies are. The Lovers. So yeah, this is definitely a love reading. And again, I feel like the March reading, the general reading, was very much about love. So you might want to check out that video too, if you haven't already. So with the Lovers in reverse, these are these are 4 major arcana cards. And what's underneath in the subconscious is, again, undergoing this reevaluation of what you thought, what love is to you at its truest, most highest sense, and what in the past maybe your approach to love. And I feel like it's getting flipped on its head here in the month of March, but for the good. Like, I feel like this is a positive step and a positive undertaking that you're dealing with, feminine, so that you can really get to the root of what you stand for self-love. And I feel like this is really rooting down into how you treat yourself ultimately. And how you treat yourself is reflected in your outer relationships. The people and situations and circumstances that show up in your life act as mirrors for you to either practice self-love or boundaries. It's just all like your experience within your outer experience is reflected from how you are experiencing your internal world. That always starts with our self-conversations. So I feel like with the Lovers in reverse in the subconscious part of the spread, Taurus, feminine, that is, I feel like the Hierophant energies are allowing you to explore that in March in a very deep and profound way. And that's a good thing. And the 4 of Cups in reverse in your conscious energies. So, upright, this card would say to me that you're being a little stubborn and you're focusing on other things other than somebody's trying to help you. But in reverse, you're letting this help in. You're more open and tender and willing to receive. I feel like when it's reverse, his arms become uncrossed and his whole crossed energy becomes more open. So that you feel more safe to be coming from more of an honest and true and vulnerable place. And I feel like you've been through so much that your defenses, you're just like, you can't even uphold them anymore. You're just too tired to even do that. And the rawness of maybe your experience has worn you down to a point where it's like you're surrendering to the help now in the month of March. So good. All right, the outcome card. The Fool. Not quite ready to take on a new adventure. I feel like this process, it's today, recording this on March 12th, so we're near the middle of the month, is still needing to be dealt with, Taurus, before this energy can be flipped over. Which is fine, because you only want to start new things when all of the loose ends of your past are to the point where your heart feels okay enough for it to be extended out maybe into a new relationship or a new prospect or back into the dating world. I feel like March for Taurus, both masculine and feminine, is a lot about understanding what you value in terms of love and also working out the details of finalizing something from your past that needs to be put to rest so that you can turn this over and move forward. And you are moving forward. There's definite forward movement here with all of the major arcana cards. It's a big month again for you, which is coming up, like I said earlier, in the general reading for you, Taurus. So I want to pull you an oracle card from the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle deck by Judy Hall for an additional message for the month of March for Taurus. Sun, Moon, and Rising. General love reading. Again, I'm so sorry for my voice. I'm getting over some allergy stuff, and I really wanted to get this out to you guys, so thanks for bearing with me on that. This one. Ooh, lovely. That's awesome. Carnelian. It almost looks like the planet Mars to me. That fiery red energy, but it's orange. So number 7, I'll read from the book too, but this is coming up for the second chakra of self-value, self-love, self-worthiness, my darlings, and creativity. Carnelian protects against glamours, which are spells, which I don't know if I believe that. In spells, I mean. Envy and the evil eye. Bringing good fortune to the wearer, it prevents blood from rushing to the head to cause precipitate action. So the self-understanding is you have the ability to remain calm during disputes and the self-control not to follow the crowd. Courage in the face of danger comes from inner strength, not foolhardiness. Your family means a lot to you. Your sexual drive is strong. Lust or aggression has been a problem in a past life. Direct it toward creativity and raising Kundalini. And the divination message is be eloquent, creative, and bold. Like this card. Do not back down. Trust your intuitive perceptions. Distinction in your career lies ahead. Be a mentor. Alleviate stress and take time to play. You are a tower of strength during sorrow. Remember that 5 of Cups card flipped out in the beginning in reverse? And these towers, here the sun rising behind them. Stay anchored in the present. Let go of emotional ties or outdated projects holding you back. Beware a charismatic person. So, let me flip back to that. Remain calm during disputes. So, masculine, and I believe that we all have masculine and feminine in us, whether you're male or female. So this doesn't necessarily mean male, and this necessarily doesn't mean female. It can cross over. So remain strong in disputes and eloquent, and be sure you know what you're fighting for. Are you just fighting for the sake of fighting, or are you fighting for your true ultimate values? And not from a place of past hurt, but stand your ground in a way that you are standing up for love